Camp Briteside in Georgetown, Texas. This is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin. Camp Briteside, located at 8701 Rural Route 2338 or Williams Drive in Georgetown, Texas, is the host of this year's show. And now, here's the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon. A very good evening to you, Georgetown Eagle Nation, and we welcome you to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin, live from Camp Briteside, beautiful Camp Briteside, and good folks here providing some good food tonight, good atmosphere after a great win for the Eagles, and they come into week 3 at 2-0 with an opponent coming up this weekend that may be the biggest challenge of the week. I am not the voice of the Eagles, Wally Harmon. I am Kelly Duvall. Alongside me right now, Jory Erickson. Wally may or may not be here. We're not sure yet. So we will hang on and see what happens with Wally. But we're excited to be here. Looking forward to the game this week. Jory, what did you think about the game Friday night besides the press box, which we griped all night about? We apologize. So,
besides being in the 7x7 with 5 other men, and one lady, the game was awesome. I thought we saw a lot of good things out of the offense at the start, and then definitely the defense did their job all the way through the game, holding them tight, keeping them locked down.
First half was a very complete half. Not saying there weren't any mistakes, but boy, the defense was clicking, the offense was clicking, and it was fun to watch as those two sides of the ball were really clicking. And before I forget, we want to remind everybody, go to statesman.com, and vote for QB1, Mr. McDougal. He's up for Player of the Week, so let's flood that tonight, pass the word on, and let's win that vote. I've voted, I think, 147 times. I think Jory's voted about that. So statesman.com, sports page, and you can find the link there. But back to the game at hand. Georgetown jumped out quick and was able to build a lead, nice comfortable lead, and able to get some folks in with that 39-10 win over the Belton Tigers at Belton Stadium. And it was a little bit more of a challenge than the first week, but especially what I liked seeing was on the defensive side of the ball. I love watching the defense. I love watching the trenches. The big guys go at it there. And I just like watching hitting. And this defense can hit. And these guys were just blasting some Tigers. And it was fun to watch on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think that linebacker core did a really good job of putting some hurting on some kids.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch. And linebackers just roaming. The defensive backs covering their men. And then when the ball carrier, the few times it happened, got past the line of scrimmage, to get hunted down by so many white helmets Friday night. And by the way, boys, y'all are looking great in the tidy whities. Loved it. The icy whites, the stormtroopers, whatever you want to call them, but looking fantastic for Friday night with that eagle blue and that white. Just looked great. But on the offensive side of the ball, we saw from one of the very first plays of the game, we saw what this running game does for the passing game, because Jet Walker goes out to the right side, and McDougal looks that way, and 70% of the defense started that way. Yep. And then it went screen pass back to the left. I loved how the play was drawn up. I love how the play was executed, one broken tackle, and, man, we're down the field.
Yeah, there was a bunch of quick scores that we had off the especially at the first quarter of the game. I think we had 3 scores in about 5 or 6 plays. It seemed like it was real quick.
They're going to get used to that. So we'll talk more about the coming week as well whenever we get Coach Griffin up here. We're going to take our first break. Before we do that, we also want to remind folks, go to statesman.com and vote for McDougal. And also this Friday night is going to be Childhood Cancer Awareness Night. And we'll have Coach talk a little bit more about that when he comes up. But you'll notice some different attire on the sidelines. And an awareness of childhood cancer. It's a killer. Cancer took my brother last year, and I'm sick of it. So everything that we can do to combat that awful disease, I know almost every family has dealt with it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So if you come out to the stadium on Friday night, please wear blue, or for childhood cancer awareness, wear yellow. And let's let some folks know, because we're going to have some people in attendance that have been battling cancer or dealt with cancer. So they'll appreciate the support. So we usually say blue it out, but let's yellow out this place on Friday night
yellow.
For childhood cancer awareness. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And when we come back, we'll have Coach Chuck Griffin with us. Stay tuned. More after this. Live from Camp Briteside in Georgetown, Texas, this is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin. Camp Briteside, located at 8701 Rural Route 2338 or Williams Drive in Georgetown, Texas, is the host of this year's show. And now, here's the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon. Well, we welcome you back to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, sponsored by Camp Briteside, beautiful Camp Briteside. Coach, this is a great facility.
Yeah, it is. This is an awesome place.
I'll have you pull that mic a little closer to your mouth. Can y'all hear Coach all right? No?
I can't hear myself either. Better? All right. They said that was better.
All right. See, this is what happens when Wally's not here. So we're doing the best we can.
Yep, we'll figure it out.
Coach?
It's been a week of improvise.
Yes, it has. Coach, big game against Belton.
Yep.
We talked a little bit earlier. Folks have to wait for that conversation as we get into the pregame show on Friday. But give us your thoughts on the game overall.
You know, just proud of our kids. I mean, anytime you get a win, that's big. And we went out there and kind of dominated the first – we didn't kind of – we really dominated the first half offensively and defensively. And man, our guys showed out and showed up and did a tremendous job.
We'll talk about this game in two halves. The first half, offense was really clicking, moving the ball well. And I talked a little bit about it a little bit earlier. We see what the effectiveness of the running game has done in the passing game.
Yeah.
And really open that up. Talk about it all starts up front with the big guys up front.
Yeah, absolutely. It always does. It starts up with your offensive line, defensive line. You know, from an offensive perspective, you can't do either one if you don't have an offensive line. You can't throw or run, you know, so that you've got to have a good offensive line that can go out there and make plays and do what they're supposed to do, and we've got a tremendous one right now.
At the beginning of the year, you know, you had a plethora in the quarterback room. You've got a plethora in the running back room, an abundance of riches almost, but you can't take that for granted. And getting a big lead like you had, you're able to play a couple extra guys, some extra snaps. How important is that for the remainder of the season?
That's huge. You know, for our guys to get out there and have a chance to play when it counts, when it's important, and have a chance to do that so they're prepared if it's their turn to step on the field later in the season. You know, but, man, we challenge all of our guys to practice excellent, to play excellent, to play at a high standard. You know, and so we're just continuing to try to get better at that. We're still not playing to the standard that we want to play at. We're winning games. We're playing well, but we want to play at that standard regardless of the score.
Defensive side of the ball, your guys attack. We see a lot of, I almost said silver helmets. Friday night is white helmets.
Yeah.
First week we saw silver helmets. A lot of helmets around the football for the Georgetown Eagles, and you've talked before about that pursuit and the importance of that pursuit. What's your evaluation of that to this point in the season?
I mean, they did a tremendous job last week. Like I said in the Boosters Club meeting the other night, I think we gave up 1 yard of offense in the first half. We gave up 2 first downs. I mean, our guys did a tremendous job. So, they're doing a great job pursuit. We talk about that 9-5-90. It's 9 hats within 5 yards of the ball 90% of the time. And we look at that. We grade that on practice film. That's a huge piece of what we do in that pursuit, and we want to make sure that we do that. I mean, when it comes to football, there's all kind of changes and that kind of stuff, but running and tackling, that hasn't changed. You got to run on the ball and you got to tackle.
As complex as the offenses have gotten, and I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit because I'm kind of loud. As complex as offenses have gotten, even at the high school level, it's still a simple game.
Yeah.
Tackle.
Yeah.
Hang on to protect the football.
Yeah, fundamentals don't change. I mean, there's a lot of different things about football that change over the years, but you got to be able to block, you got to be able to run the ball, you got to be able to throw and catch it, you got to be able to run to the ball, and you got to be able to tackle. Like, those things are never going to change.
So, what's been the biggest surprise this season? Have you had anything you would classify as a surprise?
I think maybe the way we've gelled, like with just a lot of. I know we were talented, but just really a lot of, especially on the offensive side, not a lot of experience. So the way that they have gelled and the way that those guys who are playmakers have played has been really good, and that's helped. So those guys have done well. The defense is doing what we expected them to. We expected them to. There you go. That's up where I can hear it. We expected the defense to come on and play hard, and and they've done a tremendous job of that.
Leadership, huge. When I look at the sideline, in some years past, not last year per se, but when I look at some years past, I see players watching the ball game. Not a whole lot of conversation going. There's a lot of conversation going on between the players on the sideline, and it appears from the outside that the leadership on this team is a step above.
We got a great group of leaders. We got a great group of seniors, and we talk about that every year. Your season is going to go exactly the way your seniors let it go. Your seniors are in control of the team, and just how well they prepare, how well they lead the team. That's the way the season is going to go, and these guys have doing a tremendous job, and I'm excited for them to see how the season's going to run out and see how it's going to play out.
So coming up Friday, we have the
Copper's Cove
Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Coming in. What are you looking for out of Copper's Cove?
Man, they're a much improved football team. They're better than they have been. I think we've played them the last 4 years in a row, and it pretty much dominated them every year. But they're a different football team. They're very talented. They still got a few issues, as far as putting drives together and maintaining a sense of excellence. They're still working on that and getting better, but they've got some players that can go play. They've scored 90 points in their first 2 games. So they've got some weapons on offense, and they've got a good quarterback, and that's the biggest difference. Their quarterback's a good player, and he's doing a really good job. And of course, they've got some guys on the perimeter that can catch and run with the football. And defensively, they're better too. They're pretty good in the defensive front, and they're really good at corner. Those guys are pretty good players. So, we're going to have to go play, excellent brand of football and our Eagle brand of football. And I talked to him this week. Is this could be a fourth quarter win type game, because they're going to get their fair share of plays because they're super athletic, and we've got to maintain drives, and maintain playing, just executing our offense and our defense. And if we can do those things and play our brand of football, we'll come out on top.
Talk about how the new coaches coming in, 6 new coaches this year.
Yeah.
Talk about how the new staff has gelled in getting this team ready.
Yeah, I've been really pleased with that. That's probably probably my biggest concern coming in is, all right, how's our staff going to gel? How are we going to work together? And every coaching office is unique. And we had a really special one the last few years, and for that to split up, you kind of what's the next one going to be like? And hiring is a really big deal, and it's a really big challenge. It's not like we're throwing a lot of money around to entice people to come here. So you gotta entice them on some other things. And man, our coaches have gelled tremendously. They're doing a great job. They coach kids hard. They're coaching them the right way. They've got a great scheme, and I'm really excited about where our staff is.
So getting everything back together and new coaches, everybody getting used to the new systems. The offense isn't really that new of a system, but the defense is relatively new. How have the players been able to, especially the returning players, how have they been able to make that change with the coaching
staff? I think the biggest deal was our defensive guys. Just we had 4 new coaches on the defense side of the ball and put in a new defense. And but you got 7 returners back. So there's a rub there where you've got a lot of returning talent, but you also have got a completely new scheme. And so that was a little bit of a challenge, like how is it going to work? How's it going to fit? They do a little bit more, it's not just line up. There's a lot more thinking involved. Coach Locke, man, you probably talked to him a couple weeks ago. He's a super smart guy and very intelligent, and he coaches that way. So our kids have to play that way. And they've responded well and are doing a great job of that. Offensively, we didn't really change anything. A couple of new coaches here and there. Moved Coach Kinch over, who our guys are really familiar with. And hired Coach Herman to come in and coach running backs, but the rest of our guys have been around. So, I mean, we're running the same system and the same things. Just had a lot of new faces on offense.
It from a fan standpoint, it's been fun watching this offense perform because the ball's just moving all over the field.
Yeah.
So many different players touching the football. That's got to give you a little bit of peace of mind.
Yeah,
as
for sure.
much as you can have as a head coach.
Yeah, I mean, you want that. You want your guys. You want the ball to be. Excuse me. You want the ball to be spread around. You don't want it to go to one guy. You don't want to lean on just one guy all the time because that's too easy to defend. So we want to be able to spread the ball around. That was a Mike Leach deal about balanced attack. He's like, a balanced attack's not 50-50. It's the X receiver catches 25% of the balls, and the Z receiver catches 25% of the balls, and the Y receiver catches 25% of the balls, and that's the way you want to spread it out. And so we're fortunate to have some players that we're able to do that with.
It's funny that you mentioned Coach Leach. He fundamentally changed this game.
Yeah. For sure.
For the offensive side of the ball especially, which in turn changed it for the defensive side of the ball. Friday night, Childhood Cancer Awareness Night. You and I talked about it yesterday when we had a conversation. Tell the folks out there what they can expect Friday night.
It's a we hope you guys all wear gold. We're supporting the young men and women in GISD who are struggling with cancer, and it's the shirts are a fundraiser for that organization. We're going to have a couple of them. One of our middle school coaches' son will be out there, and they're going to walk out with us to the coin toss. Awesome. The young man who walked with us last year, he's having some struggles right now, and we're hoping he's going to be at the game. He's going to have to be secluded in the press box, but we're hoping he's going to be there. Our plan is if you see us turn around and give a big wave at the end of the national anthem, then Bricks is there. That's what we want to do, kind of pull off the Iowa wave if Bricks is there. So we're hoping he's going to be healthy enough to make it out and feeling well enough to make it out. But that's all a part of Georgetown, and man, we've got an incredible community, and we support each other regardless of wealth or race or none of that stuff matters. We're a community that supports each other, and it's great to see our community come around and support a cause like this.
It really does, and Coach, I commend you and your staff. You guys have always made it about more than football, and that's one of the things that I've been tremendously impressed with ever since I've been in Georgetown, and now with you as the head coach. Tip of the cap to you for that, because that makes it important to the kids, which carries out into the community. So we're looking forward to that. Friday night, if Bricks can't make it, then we'll make arrangements so that we'll be zoomed in on the team. And if Bricks can watch on YouTube, then y'all can wave at him through YouTube. But we'll get with Curtis on that and make sure we get if he can't be there, we'll make sure we do a special time for that as well. So, Coach, any last thoughts before?
No, I hope to see you guys out there Friday, 7 o'clock at Birkelbach.
We will be there. Coach, thank you so much.
You got it. Thank you.
Folks, that's head coach Chuck Griffin, head coach of your Georgetown Eagles. We will take a break and be right back at the Eagle Nation Coaches Show.
Hi. Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
And we welcome you back to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Camp Briteside on Williams Drive near Ronald Reagan in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Coming out, great food, great staff. All the folks here helping us out, walking around in their green shirts and their blue shirts. Just a beautiful facility, so come on out. And hopefully in a couple of weeks, the sun going down a little earlier, we'll be on the stage and a little bit different atmosphere, but this is fantastic, and we're glad to be here. Folks, we have with us right now the man, the myth, the legend, Dylan Turbeville.
Happy to be here.
Isn't that good to have you here? How about a hand for Dylan? Money for Dylan. Dylan, great game on Friday, man. Talk about your general thoughts about it, then we'll get to some of the specifics.
I think on the defensive line as a whole, we played a great, aggressive game. Up front, they had a pretty young O-line. 4 out of the 5 of them were sophomores and, kind of brought them up to the varsity level.
Time to punish.
Exactly.
Welcome to varsity football.
Exactly.
So when y'all were going into that game, you knew it was going to be a little bit tougher than the first game of the season. But you knew they were young. You knew there would be some mistakes. How do you, as one of the leaders on this defense, help keep these guys focused so that you're playing Georgetown football?
Well, I think part of it is we got to bring in the energy. It's kind of the same energy every game. Like, you shouldn't change your pregame routine, what you're doing, what you're thinking. Of course, you're prepared for what you're going up against, but same mentality. You're going to go out there, you're going to put forward your best effort, and you're going to have fun out there.
So you hear a lot of conversations, especially college level, pro level, but I hear them more at the college level. Player-led teams.
Right.
How does this team fit that bill as a player-led team?
I think on each level, the defense specifically, we got me on D-line. I like to bring it together. We got a strong set of seniors, Chance on linebackers, and strong secondary. I mean, we have seniors on, not even just seniors, but mostly senior-led on each level that brings it together, and a lot of strong leadership, and it comes together well.
For you, who stands out or maybe even a couple of guys? Who are some of the guys that are really leaders on this football team in your eyes?
Starting at D-line, I love working with Andrew Urban and Luke Butch. Of course, Tennyson's down there now. Love to have him. But us 3 seniors, we play together all throughout high school, and it's great to all come together. Behind us on the next level, linebacker Chance. He's a great communicator, very smart, does a great job giving us strength calls, getting us lined up, and making us efficient. Then in the secondary, we got Jaheim, we got Alex Wilson, we got Cooper Werchin, and it's very strong as a whole to get a.
Would you call it one of the stronger leadership groups as far as the athletes go that you've been on?
I definitely would. I mean, I get to be in this leadership position now, and I mean, compared to last year, I don't like comparing, but it feels a lot stronger of a leadership. We all come together. And
since you are a senior, do you feel like you have a little more, not saying you didn't have ownership before, but do you feel a little more sense of ownership as a senior and as a leader?
You do. Whenever you're junior, sophomore, you're looking up to the people above you. So whenever you get to step up and you have people looking up to you, it's almost your team. You're the people who people look up to, and you get to lead to where it goes.
Did you grow up in Georgetown?
Oh, it's in second grade, so for the most part.
What's it mean to have that G on your helmet every Friday night?
It means a lot. You grow up, you look up to it, you go to the games, and, I mean, you think of it as a very high level of football growing up playing middle school football. So to be able to be up there and finally make it up to the top, it feels pretty good.
If we don't find you practicing on the football field, playing, watching football, Where do we find Dylan Turberville?
Hanging out with my buddies. I like doing some fishing.
What kind?
Bass fishing. I know.
We can hang out. We can be friends.
Exactly.
Love to bass fish. Any shout-outs before we let you go?
Shout out Fearsome Foursome. Shout out.
One more question before
Hit me
we
with
get
it.
done. And I've been wanting to ask you this since the season started. New coaching staff, especially on the defensive side of the ball, new schemes. How's that working?
Well, Coach Havens, he's moved up here. He held a defensive coordinator position before. Very smart coach. Love working with him. Very verbal, strong leader, and I love playing under him. He's awesome.
How do you like this system that's installed now?
It's a whole lot more technical. I love bringing the minds to the game. I love playing football, but bringing the next level of minds to the game. It's definitely a lot more technical, and I love rising to the occasion.
Maybe maybe it's just I could be way off base. Hopefully not, but it seems like everybody's taking care of their assignments. Everybody's taking care of their jobs. I really noticed it in the first game. Whenever I was seeing it, it seemed like that Victoria East was trying to set something up downfield. But they couldn't because the corners were stuck to their receivers. The linebackers were containing. The edges were whole. It just seems like everybody is taking care of their job. Is that a misconception or is that real?
Not at all. Strong machine, strong, well-oiled machine, running strong and hitting hard, and everyone does their responsibilities.
I love it. All right, now shout-outs.
Fearsome Foursome, Death Row Defense, shout out Ryan Paul.
All right. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you being
I appreciate you.
in. Folks, Dylan
Thank you, guys.
Turberville, awesome defensive lineman. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got another big buffet killer coming up. So, all right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
And we welcome you back to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Now, number 75, offensive lineman, senior, Brant Hargrove. Brant, thanks for joining us, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
How's the season going?
It's going good. Yeah, we're rolling.
Yeah, you are. Are you the biggest on the offensive line?
I'm not the tallest, but I think I am the biggest.
All right. Where you at in that, 6'3"?
6'3", yes, sir.
285.
285.
Nice. Let's talk.
That's a grocery bill right there.
Yeah, it is. I call them the buffet killers from time to time. That's the big boys up front that get things done. Don't get all the glamour and the glitz like the skill positions, but Without you guys, it doesn't happen.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the Belton Tigers and what they threw at you and how you guys powered through the Tiger team.
They were pretty skilled. They weren't the biggest ones you'll see, but they knew what to do, and we just went out there and just dominated them anyway.
Was that different than week one, or was it just a matter of just a different look?
I mean, they were about the same size. Still ran the four down.
Is that loud in your ear?
Oh no, it just
Okay.
keeps moving closer.
No, that's all right. It needs to be kind of close, so you're good. All right, they ran the 4.
Yes, sir. 4 down, and it was just we just went out there and moved them.
So, being a senior on this offensive line, different OC this year, but pretty much the same system. What has changed with a different play caller out there? Anything?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like the play calls a whole lot more. I think Flo he's a very smart guy, and he likes to run the ball, and we love to run the ball, and we can pass when we want to, and when we pass, it's gonna be a touchdown.
Do the big guys up front prefer run blocking over pass blocking?
Some of them prefer passing, but I love to run the ball.
Pull blocks. How often you get to do those?
Not too often, but when I do, I try and make the most of it.
Meaning trying to bury somebody?
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it. Second half was a little bit different. What changed? Was it a matter of just focus, or what was the difference first half to second half for you guys?
We were just really hyped the first half, and then we just have a 25-minute break of just nothing, and so the energy just goes down, and it's a little harder to pick back up.
How do you help get that energy back up as a senior leader on that offensive line?
I just try and encourage them, just try and pick it up. Just hey, come on, let's go. We still got a game to play. It's not over.
So it's not always the coaches that have to carry the standard and the culture of the team. The players actually make that culture work. How is that working out for you as a leader that everybody's looking to for how this is supposed to go?
I think it's great to be a role model and just kind of show everyone that, hey, this is what we're supposed to be doing. We need to just go out and execute.
Friday night, we back home, beautiful GISD Athletic Complex, Perkleback Field, home. It's always good to be home. What are you looking for whenever Copper's Cove comes in Friday night?
I'm just looking to dominate. We're just gonna run our offense, and we're just gonna dominate them up front.
Well, we're looking forward to the game on Friday night. Folks, if you can, come out to the stadium, wear gold so that we can support childhood cancer awareness. If you can't make it to the stadium, we will be broadcasting live on YouTube, on the SHN Sports Network on YouTube. First Responder Broadcasting will bring you Georgetown Eagle football. Pre-game at 6:15 because we're back in our booth.
From our comfortable air-conditioned booth.
Y'all are going to get sick of us whining about that press box. But pregame, 6:15, kickoff, 7:05, sometime around there. All live. Thanks to our sponsors that you see on our broadcast. Please, if at all possible, go visit them, spend some of your money there. Let them know you appreciate them. Help us keep all these broadcasts free for the fans. Any shout-outs before we let you go, Brant?
I'd like to shout out Camp Briteside for just hosting us here and just having it. Just allowing us to be here.
Yes, indeed.
And in the football perspective, I'd like to shout out our defense. They've let up 0 points in the first half and only 24 on the season.
That's awesome. Hand for the defense. Well, folks, that's number 75, Brant Hargrove. Brant, thanks a lot, buddy.
Thank you.
And we will see you Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, young man.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have Jimmy, are you next, or do we do trivia first? All right, we'll do trivia, NBA trivia tonight, and then we'll close out the show with the other man, the myth, the legend, the Booster Club president. Folks, Brant Hargrove, give him a hand. We'll be back right after this.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while. Sponsor of Georgetown Eagle Football. Located at 606 South Church Street in Georgetown, the Golden Rule offers an amazing menu and even better atmosphere. The menu includes Cantonese riblets, Texas fried quail, roasted beet salad, sweet chipotle chicken lollipops, golden classics like the Elk Double Smash Burger, and so much more. Need a room for a group? The Golden Corral can accommodate up to 60 people in a private room. Give the menu a look at goldenrulegtx.com. The Golden Rule. Above all else, goodwill, friendship, and kind regard.
All right, welcome back to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Hold that for me, please. And you got to scoot in so they can see your lovely face. All right, it is time for trivia. If you would, start here and you pass the microphone down. Introduce yourself so that the folks watching at home can know who we've got up here.
J.D. Lindstetter, quarterback.
Jack Hovan, O-line.
Carter Hammock, offensive lineman.
Chance Kelly, linebacker.
Seth Warren, linebacker.
Luke Butch, D-line.
All right, so hang on to that, or I'll hang on to that. Jory is our judge to see whether offense or defense raises their hands first, and then you can hand the mic to whoever raises their hand first. Now, I do got to let you guys know Wally Harmon came up with these questions, so it's not my fault. All right, the NBA, and who picked it's not even here. First question, who has made the most three-pointers in NBA history? Steph Curry is correct. Defense scores a point. Question 2, who is the all-time NBA leader in turnovers?
Dennis Rodman. Say it again. Dennis Rodman.
No. Offense, you can steal.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is correct. 1-1.
1-1.
All right. Question number 3. Who has won the most NBA Finals MVP awards?
Raise your hand.
Michael Jordan.
Correct. Michael Jordan. Hey, look, when in doubt, if it's a leader in some category,
Call
just
Michael
pick Mike.
Call Michael Jordan.
All right, you got to turn your mic up while he's on it. All right, question number 4. How many teams in the NBA are located in Canada?
1.
Name it.
Toronto Raptors. Currently one.
Currently one.
Well, they're currently located, so isn't that a point?
What? Yeah, Toronto. Yeah. You're no. That's right.
Nope.
Toronto is correct.
3 to 1.
I just said name it. Yeah, 1. All right, final question. What's the score?
3-1.
3-1. Y'all going victory formation? Yeah. Just let them have the next one. All right.
This could be double or nothing, right?
Last question. Who won the 2024 NBA championship?
Boston Celtics.
The Boston Celtics. But the defense takes trivia tonight, 3-2. Great job, man. Great job. Appreciate you guys.
Good job, gents. Way to go.
Well, yeah, topic for next week. College football.
That's
very good.
Nice and broad.
Very good. All right, we're going to take one more break. We'll come back. Jimmy Warren, Booster Club president, will be here. Stick with us, folks.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
We welcome you back to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Sorry, no music on the intro that time. Standing next to me, Jimmy Warren.
Yes,
Booster
sir.
Club president. How are you, buddy?
Good, brother.
Good to see
Blessed.
you.
Blessed.
Hey,
Good to see you.
What you think about that game Friday?
Man, I love it with Eagle win.
I do too.
I mean, you can't beat that.
Makes me happy. It was
It
good
makes
football
me happy,
weekend,
too.
man. My alma mater won. Georgetown won.
Yeah, it's good.
Texas won. And the Cowboys won.
Yeah.
Don't forget the Aggies won. Don't forget the Aggies
My
won.
alma mater is Georgetown.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and they won.
That's bonus.
That's
Bonus.
right.
It's not mine, but I got here as quick as I could. Hey, man, what's going on with the Booster Club?
Oh, man, everything's great. Great. We've got tailgate this weekend brought to you by G10 Builders. They're doing the tailgate. They're doing a fish fry.
No, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Fish
fry.
and chicken.
Oh, yeah. Fish and chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will have chicken as well.
Man,
But-
do an early
but-
setup.
Oh, yeah. We can do it. We can set that up early. It's fine.
No,
Yeah.
I meant for us.
Oh.
Get set up early, come eat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll set you up.
All right.
You know. So that, and we also have a raffle ticket going on. Not us. Not the Booster Club.
All right.
But Veterans Outdoors, they're doing that raffle.
Yep.
So go in there, get your raffle tickets. Go on Veteran Outdoors. And then we have links as well. You know, contact me. I've got a link to it. So
All right.
some good stuff on there.
Yeah, so last week whenever we talked to Cody Hurt out here,
Yep.
he mentioned it, I think. But Veteran Outdoors, they're doing a raffle to raise money. And nonprofit organization does a tremendous amount of stuff for veterans, getting veterans who've been wounded and disabled veterans.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, disabled veterans
No,
taking them on.
I don't know if it's just
No.
disabled. I think
Well,
just all veterans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taking
veterans.
care of our vets
Yep.
who love the outdoors and doing great things in the outdoors. And Cody's one of the owners of this place and some other places sponsor. If people want to get involved with the Booster Club, it's not just – the Booster Club doesn't just support varsity football.
Right.
They support middle school on up, right?
All levels.
Yeah.
All levels. So we help out all levels. There's obviously volunteer opportunities every week. We've got Thursday team dinners for the boys. We've got Friday morning breakfast tacos. We've got Thursday night concessions, merchandise sales. We need volunteers for that on Thursday and Friday nights. And then obviously concessions on Thursday nights on the sub-varsity games. So we help all the guys all throughout all age groups. So we try to help out. And then, everything we raise goes all back to the boys.
Right.
Everything.
Man.
Everything. So uniforms, all the stuff everything.
Part of the reason they look so good on that field.
Yeah, they look pretty.
Yeah, they look good. I love those white uniforms.
Hey, you can't call them tidy whities, man.
Well,
come on, Kelly.
It is what it is. I'm just keeping it real.
I laughed when you said that earlier.
I'm a uniform. Well, a lot of people did. I'm a uniform geek, so glad to do it. If folks want to get involved, how can they get involved?
Just GeorgetownFootball.com.
Yeah.
Just hit us up.
Middle school football parents, freshman varsity parents, man, they need volunteers. They need help.
Yep.
So that the senior parents can go watch their kids play. And then whenever you work your way up and you got seniors playing, then underclassmen parents can take care of some of those volunteer things.
That takes an army.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
And I was part of the Booster Club board when my son was in high school. And, man, it is a ton of work.
Yep. It's all good. Good, fun stuff. I mean, all the guys out here, all the Booster Club, all the members, all the parents, they're all out here supporting. Yeah. So,
and we appreciate your support of our broadcast.
Oh, thank you.
So
yeah, absolutely.
We can't even express. Thank you. Yeah. Well, Wally does. I'm just eye candy.
You long for the ride? Just eye candy?
Yeah.
It look pretty.
Without the help of you guys and businesses like Camp Briteside and the other businesses that support us, this takes a lot of time, takes a lot of money. And we couldn't keep them free without it. We don't take a dime ourselves. All goes back to broadcast, and right. We couldn't do it without you. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts?
No,
ready to get out
we're good. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Ready to hang out with everybody. Camp Briteside. Y'all need to come next Wednesday. Coach's show.
Yep.
Everybody needs to come out.
Yeah, come out.
Bye week, isn't it?
No, it's bye week. Yeah, we won't have a coach's show next week.
Well, you can still come to Camp Briteside next Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then
come to Camp Briteside and hang out.
Every Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Just come here. Whether we're here or not.
I'm glad you said that because I intended to remind people. Next week is a bye week, so there will not be a coach's show that week or the following week because won't be here. Coach's show. Coach, are we doing it on Wednesday out at the field? The Thursday game?
The short week?
Yeah. Short week? So that's – yeah, Leander Week will have the coaches show out at the sub-varsity stadium, track stadium, whatever you want to call it.
No, Leander Week is Friday game. It's at Leander, but it's Friday.
What's the Thursday one coming up?
It is Rouse and Cedar Park.
Okay. Rouse games, Cedar Park games, coaches show will be on Wednesday, but at the field where sub-varsity plays. So won't be here. But next week we will not be here.
All right. That's all right.
Not here for the
Everybody
show.
show up.
Not here for the show.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Folks, that's Jimmy Warren, Booster Club president. Appreciate it, Jimmy. Thanks for all you do, brother.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank y'all for all you do.
We will see you soon. One more break. We'll come back and wrap it up here at the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Camp Briteside.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while. Georgetown.
I don't know. We welcome you back to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Jory, final thoughts?
Well, I just want to remind everybody that tell your family that's not here in Georgetown to stream us on Friday nights. We we had some really nice compliments earlier about the streaming being all the way in Hawaii and all the way up in the northeastern part of the world.
Yeah, Luke Butch's family is watching from. Now we get music.
Now we got some music. There we go.
Luke Butch's family's watching. Got family in 5 different states that are watching, and that's what makes this so much fun to be able to bring those games to you, folks. Friday night, Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex, Birkelback Field. Your Georgetown Eagles will be taking on the Copperas Cove Bulldogs. Pre-game show on YouTube will be at 6:15. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Please, 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 please come out to the stadium if possible and support these Eagles. Wear gold for Childhood Cancer Awareness Night. If you can't make it, then tune into YouTube and watch our broadcast. First Responder Broadcasting on the SHN Sports Network on YouTube channel. Glad to bring you those games. Folks, we appreciate everybody that came out tonight out here, all of you watching at home. We appreciate you and all that you do to help us make these broadcasts possible. Thank you all. Have a good night. And in the words of Wally Harmon, live like Dax. Was it Dax? I blew it.
It doesn't take a
dime to be kind. So we leave you with that, folks. Have a good night.